What if everything you have ever done to get closer to a woman, the grand gestures, the late-night conversations, the patience, the effort was not actually what unlocked her heart? What if there was one single specific moment that happened quietly, almost invisibly, and in that moment, she made a decision that no amount of trying could ever force? This is that moment. And after today, you will finally understand it. Welcome back. I am so glad you are here because what you are about to learn changed everything for the men who truly understood it, and I mean everything. Women are not mysterious creatures. We are actually beautifully predictable once you understand the one thing that governs our deepest emotional decisions. And today I am going to walk you through it, the psychology behind why a woman opens up completely to one man and not another, what has to happen inside her before she gives you everything, and the specific signs that tell you that moment is close. Stay until the end, because the most important piece of this comes last and most men never hear it. So let us begin where it actually begins, not with her, but with what she feels when she is around you. Insight 1: she does not open up to men she has to manage. Picture this. She has had a long day. She walks through the door, kicks off her shoes, and somewhere in the back of her mind she is already calculating, what mood is he in? Do I have to be careful with my words tonight? Is this a safe place, or does it require energy I don't have? Here is something most men never realize. A woman's emotional world is already full. She spends enormous mental energy managing relationships, reading rooms, softening her words so people around her don't get hurt. When she finds a man, she doesn't have to manage a man who is emotionally steady, who doesn't need her to walk on eggshells. Something remarkable happens. She relaxes at a level she rarely experiences. Pause for a moment and think about this. The deepest intimacy a woman can offer you lives on the other side of her being able to fully exhale. Your emotional consistency is not a small thing. It is the foundation she checks before she decides whether it is safe to give you more. Insight 2: the moment she sees you protect her without being asked, there is a memory burned into nearly every woman I know. It is not a dramatic rescue or a heroic moment. It is something small. Maybe a man walked slightly ahead of her when they were about to enter a crowded room, then turned and placed his hand at the small of her back, not possessively, just protectively. Maybe he remembered she was nervous about a work presentation and sent a simple message that morning that said, "I'm thinking of you." Women do not need to be saved, but they are wired, deeply wired, to feel something profound when a man notices what she needs before she has to say it out loud. It is not about protection in a physical sense. It is about attentiveness. It tells her something her nervous system responds to before her mind even processes it. This man sees me. He actually sees me. Let that sink in. The moment she feels genuinely seen is often the moment the wall begins to come down. Not because you performed for her, but because you were paying attention when it mattered. Insight 3: she is watching how you handle your own pain. Here is one that surprises men every time I mention it. She is not just watching how you treat her. She is watching how you treat yourself when things go wrong. Does he collapse into self-pity? Does he lash out? Does he go cold and shut everyone out? Or does he feel it, move through it, and come back? A woman deciding whether to give you her deepest self is essentially asking one unconscious question. Is this man whole enough to hold space for my fullness? Because her emotions are not small and quiet. They are layered and complex and sometimes overwhelming. She needs to know that your emotional architecture can carry weight, including your own, before she adds hers to it. The man who cries without apology, who admits defeat without shame, who processes pain without punishing others, that man is electrifying to a woman who has spent years watching men crumble or explode at the first sign of discomfort. Emotional maturity is not soft. It is the most quietly powerful thing you can show her. Insight 4: she needs to know her depth won't frighten you. At some point in the early stages of connection, she will test the waters. Not consciously, it happens like breathing. She will say something a little too honest, express something a little too vulnerable, go slightly deeper than the conversation called for, and then she will watch. She will watch your eyes, your body language, the fraction of a second before your response. Did he pull back slightly? Did his jaw tighten? Did something shift in his energy? Or did he lean in? Did he get quieter and more present? Did he ask her to tell him more? Women have been told, directly and indirectly, all their lives that they are too much, too emotional, too intense, too complicated. So when a man encounters the full depth of her and does not flinch when he looks at the ocean of her and says, essentially, this is beautiful, show me more, she feels something she may have been quietly waiting for her entire life. Be the man who is not afraid of how much she feels. That courage changes everything. Insight 5. The silence between you has to feel like home. This one is subtle, but it is one of the most powerful signals of all. Think about the people in your life you are truly comfortable with. Notice something? The silence between you doesn't need to be filled. It just rests there, warm and easy. For a woman on the edge of full emotional surrender, silence is a test she doesn't even know she's running. When the two of you sit together and the quiet isn't awkward, when it doesn't make her reach for her phone or feel the urge to perform or entertain, she is experiencing a kind of safety that is genuinely rare. Because most relationships are built on noise, on constant interaction, on filling every gap. And somewhere beneath all of that noise, she is exhausted by the performance of connection without the actual feeling of it. Comfortable silence tells her something words simply cannot. It tells her that being near you is enough, that she doesn't have to earn her place in the room. In that quiet, she starts to believe she is already home. Insight 6. She decides in one specific unguarded moment. Here is the one that ties everything together. There is always a moment. It is never grand. It is never planned. It happens when neither of you is performing, when the night is late and the conversation has gone somewhere neither of you expected. When she looks at you and you are just fully there, unhurried, unguarded, simply present with her. In that moment, her nervous system makes a decision that her conscious mind catches up to later. She decides that you are safe, not just comfortable, not just nice. Safe in the way that means she can bring all of herself, the messy, complicated, deeply feeling parts of herself, and you will not run, you will not shrink, you will not make her regret it. That decision is the moment. Everything she gives you after that is the result of what you built quietly, patiently before it arrived. You cannot manufacture that moment, but you can become the man it happens with. Here is what I want you to really hear. She is not guarded because she is difficult. She is not closed off because she doesn't want to love deeply. She has loved deeply before, and somewhere along the way it cost her something she is still quietly protecting. Every wall she has is a scar shaped like a door, and she is standing there, on the other side of it, hoping that this time the man on her left knows that the door opens gently, that you don't push, you just stay. And in your staying, she finds her way to you. Here is the truth at the center of everything we talked about today. The moment she gives you everything is not created by what you do, it is created by who you become in the quiet, consistent space between your actions. Emotional steadiness. Attentiveness, the courage to meet her depth without flinching, the patience to let the silence breathe. These are not strategies. They are a way of being. And when she feels all of that coming from you, she does not decide to open up. She simply cannot help it. If something in this video landed for you, leave a comment below. I truly read every single one. And if you want more of this, hit subscribe because we go deeper every week. Remember this. The right woman is not looking for the loudest love. She is looking for the safest one. Be that, and she will give you a world you did not know existed.